Good morning. It's darker in the mornings now, right? I'm sure you've noticed it. We're almost on daylight savings time. And when it's darker at night, it's just harder altogether to find your way. Things are less clear, less distinct, and the darkness leaves us feeling a little confused or unsure of ourselves. In many ways, our society right now here in this country feels a little darker. It may feel darker. We've got this terrible rising situation of now over 225,000 Americans dead due to COVID, simply due to COVID. Then we've got the political situation. We have the economic situation. We also have the environmental situation, right? There are so many things that make this time or may make this time darker. And there's something that's been in the news lately that maybe you have heard about as well, and it's called decision fatigue. I thought this was so interesting when I was reading about it. Decision fatigue comes from the reality that usually we use our brain in such a way where we make important decisions carefully, and then we make all kinds of other decisions. We prioritize. The brain prioritizes, right? The other decisions are done almost automatically. Sort of like how you end up at the store sometimes. You take the familiar route to go grocery shopping or to take your car to the repair shop, and you end up wondering sometimes, how'd I get here? Because it's so automatic, your brain kind of takes over. These are not high priority decisions. Well, during the time of COVID, everything has shifted, and so many of these regular automatic decisions are now high priority decisions. If you go shopping, when do you go shopping, right? Do you wear a mask? Do you wipe your cart down? Is your cart wiped for you? How long do you stay in the store? Do you stay close to people with their carts in the aisle? Do you choose different aisles when you... That's just shopping, right? If you have children, do your children go to school? Do you want them to go to school? Is it safe to go to school? I mean, all these decisions now become almost life and death decisions. And the brain gets overloaded, completely exhausted. And I know you feel it. We all do. We're tired, and it's hard to put our finger on why. We just want things to go back to normal. Well, we already talked about that, and we know deep in our hearts it never will go back to the way it was before. We will be forever changed. Our lives, our decision-making, our awareness of others has been impacted during this time and has left a mark on us. So these decisions, decision fatigue, the brain, because it doesn't have as much time to rest, there are fewer decisions to take on automatic pilot, becomes exhausted quicker. And unless we're caring for ourselves by resting and trying to get more sleep and taking care by doing some outdoor activity or, creating a balance for ourselves, the brain starts to fry. And what does that mean? That means that we exhaust our brain quicker in the day and earlier in the month now. Our brain doesn't have as far to go. It's harder for it to make the long distances for these very primary decisions. And so we make decisions then ultimately when our brain is tired that are often not smart. We're done trying to weigh everything and we decide we're just going to forget it. We're just going to do it anyway. Decision fatigue is real. And in a time that feels dark often, we spin out quicker. We weigh our decisions less carefully. And we're just sick and tired of having to control so much about our lives when our lives feel so out of control. So today, be kind to yourself. Be aware of the exhaustion that you have been living under. Be aware of the tiredness of your brain. Go for a walk, read a book, listen to some music, cuddle up and turn that fireplace on. Take care of yourself. Just like in the daylight savings time or in a regular day when it starts out dark, things will lighten up again. We know that. We believe that. So draw yourself to the light. Draw yourself to what gives you light and allows your brain to rest.